Pastor Mariah again. This is the last episode for our February series, Superfan, cheering each other on. For this week, you'll need a couple things. The first is your February workbook. And the second is your bag that says week number 4. Okay? So don't forget to get those things before you start. All right, so last week we talked about going the extra mile, being kinder than you have to be. Today, we're talking about something a little bit different. But before we do that, let's go to Belle and see what she's been up to.
What's up, y'all? I'm Belle, and as you probably know by now, I love being a super fan of people and cheering them on to show kindness. When I was a kid, my family and we loved cheering on our favorite team, which was the green team. And this is an example of what we call kindness. Kindness is showing others they are valuable by how you treat them. Now, you know I have a favorite team, but I also have a rival team, the blue team. And man, do I not like them. They're mean and aggressive and just, well, mean. And so if I saw them on the side of the road, I don't know what I would do. But today's Bible story will help us figure it out. So let's check in with Pastor Mariah.
Thanks so much, Belle. To help us remember each week what we learn, we always have a point of the day. So this is our last point of the day for the month of February. And it's simple. Be kind to those who are different from you. If you look around, every single person is created amazingly unique. Everybody is different from each other. You might look different than someone else. You might like different things. Even if you're in the same family, it doesn't mean that you like all the same things as your brothers or sisters, right? And we can be different in all kinds of different ways. We could have a different skin color than someone, different hair color, different eye color. Some people are tall, some people are short. We all are different. And God has created us all amazingly unique. And so today's point of the day is be kind to those who are different from you. Because if everybody was just like me or just like you, the world would be pretty boring. So for today's question of the day, you're going to talk about what makes each person in the room that you're in unique. What makes you different from those around you? So talk about that for a couple minutes and I'll be right back. Before we get to our Bible story, let's play our game. So this is our fourth and final game. So you should put your score at the end of episode number 4. So in bag 4, you got a bag of cubes that looks like this. So we're going to be playing Stack It Up. We've played this game at Mighty Kids before. So I'm going to put a 1-minute timer on the screen. And one at a time, you're going to see how many of these little cubes you can stack, okay? One on top of the other. So there's a couple rules. The first one is you have to put your hand behind your back. So whatever hand you're not using, put it behind your back. The second rule is you can only grab one cube at a time, okay? So you put a cube on top, you stack it, grab another cube, stack it. Right? And the last rule is if it falls down, that's okay. Just keep going. You might be able to get a high tower still. Okay? So you're going to have a timer for 1 minute and you can start now. Did you have fun talking about all the things that make you different? Let's talk about our Bible verse. So this is our last week for our Bible verse. Can you remember what book it's found in? The book of Colossians, chapter 3, verse 12. Let's read it together. You are God's chosen people. You are holy and dearly loved. So put on tender mercy and kindness as if they were your clothes. Don't be proud, be gentle and patient. So, for today's Bible verse activity, you're going to need the puzzle from week number 2. Do you remember from the hide and seek game? So what you're going to do is I'm going to put a timer on the screen for 5 minutes. And you're going to see if you can finish this puzzle in 5 minutes. Let's see if you can beat your time from last time. If you need more time, you can always just pause the video. Are you ready? On your marks, get set, go! All right, so today's Bible story is one of my favorites to learn about kindness. And so, have you ever needed help before and there was no one to help you? Maybe you were alone in your room and you needed help and there was no one to help you. Now, have you ever been in a situation where you needed help and there were people there but no one wanted to help you? That's kind of like the story of our man today. Okay, so the story is called The Story of the Good Samaritan. And it goes like this. There was once a Jewish man. He was walking down the street. He was traveling from Jerusalem to Jericho. And then as he was walking, some bandits came and they robbed him. And they beat him up and they took all his clothes and all of his possessions and they left him on the side of the road to die, which is not very kind. So he was laying on the road and he was gonna die. But luckily, someone was walking by, a priest. And so he thought, good, this person will help me. But when the priest saw the man, he just looked at him and he crossed the street and he kept on going. And then a second man walked by, a Levite. This is someone who worked at a temple, right? And so you'd think, well, this person would help someone on this side of the road. Nope, he saw him and he just passed by. And then a Samaritan man passed by. And you should know something about Samaritans. Samaritans and Jewish people, they didn't get along. Jewish people thought Samaritans were less than them. And so they were taught that if you saw a Samaritan, you just kept on walking. You didn't talk to them, you didn't engage with them. And so the Samaritan man, you would think that he would also walk by, right? Because it was a Jewish man and they weren't supposed to talk. But the Samaritan man got off of his donkey, he helped the man, he poured oil on his wounds, he bandaged them up, and then he put him on his donkey and he brought him to a nearby inn. And then he told the innkeeper, take care of him until he's all better, and when I come back through, I'll pay you for the room, for everything you did for this man. This Samaritan man didn't even know him, and he wasn't even supposed to be friends with him. But he was the only one who stopped and helped the man. This is a super important lesson. We are all different from each other. We look different from each other. We like different things from each other. We're from different places on earth. But the Bible tells us that we are to be kind to everyone, no matter who they are. And so the story of the Good Samaritan is a perfect lesson to show us to be kind to those who are different from us. So this week, I bought something special and I want to show it to you. So give me 1 minute and I'll be right back.
Many unbearable hours later.
Hey friends, I'm back. So yesterday, I bought this plant. Isn't it beautiful? I love it because it has red flowers. And so when I bought it, the lady at the store told me that in order for this plant to be the best that it can be, I need to move it to a bigger pot. So I bought this pot and I have some soil here. I'm going to move this flower to this new pot, okay? And so I forgot to bring like a shovel, but that's okay. I'm just going to put some of the dirt here. Oh, geez. Okay, I'm just going to put some of the dirt here. Oh no, I'm getting all dirty, but that's okay. That's okay. See, sometimes to help people, we need to get our hands dirty. Maybe not literally, but the Samaritan man, it cost him something to be kind to the Jewish man. It cost him money, right? He didn't know that guy. He didn't have to give his money. Maybe sometimes being kind is going to cost us something. Maybe it's going to cost us popularity because we choose to be friends with someone that nobody else is friends with. Maybe it'll cost us time. Maybe it'll cost us something that we have. But we need to remember that when we help people, you know, it's okay if we get our hands dirty. It's okay if we're not as popular as we want to be, right? And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish planting this, and let's go see what our friend Belle is up to.
So, Jesus said to love your neighbor as you love yourself. But who's your neighbor? Well, it's the person who lives next door to you, or in your apartment building, or your neighborhood, or in your town you grew up in, or even the country, or even the planet. See, your neighbor is everyone. That includes people who look different from you, people who believe different from you, or maybe they have more money than you or even less money than you. Your neighbor is everyone. And Jesus said we should go and be kind to all of those people. It makes me think of the fans of that rival team that I don't like. I'm supposed to be kind to everyone, and so that includes them, right? But how? How can I be kind to someone who's so incredibly different? Maybe I can start by putting myself in their shoes, or I can start finding more about them, and I can see what we have in common. Maybe we are more alike than we think, or maybe we are just different, and that's okay too. In fact, it's amazing to know that there are billions of people in this world, and they have differences, all of them. So here's one thing to remember for us today. Be kind to people who are different from you. It really is possible to be kind to everyone. Thanks for joining me this month. I've had a lot of fun, and I hope to see you soon.
Can you believe that it's already over? February is already done? We learned so much about kindness this month, and I enjoyed learning with you. So before we go, let's review our last week. So the point of the day today was be kind to those who are different from you. And let's go over our Bible verse one more time. Colossians 3:12. You are God's chosen people. You are holy and dearly loved. Put on tender mercy and kindness as if they were your clothes. Don't be proud. Be gentle and patient. For this week's challenge, in your workbook, you're going to make a list of 5 people. They can be friends, family, people you know, and then you're going to write one thing for each of them that is different from you and that you like. So maybe, I know for me, I'm not athletic, and so I always think people who are really athletic are really cool, and so that would be someone that's different from me. So you're going to pick 5 people, write down what's different from you and what you like about it. Don't forget that you have until Tuesday, March 2nd to hand in your workbook to get a prize. Okay, so make sure you fill in all the blanks and you do all your challenges. Thanks so much for joining me for Mighty Kids at Home and talking about kindness. And I hope to see you again soon. Have a great week.